Make no mistake about it, I have become completely invested, completely interested as to what took place at Donald Trump's rally on July 13th. And that is only due to the fact that there is new information that keeps dropping almost every day that makes the older information seem irrelevant. The rabbit hole keeps getting deeper and deeper and deeper. We have this man, Thomas Matthew Crooks, where the only information we have on this man is that he was bullied in high school. The only thing we know about Thomas Matthew Crooks as an adult is that he worked for a nursing home and nobody had any problems with him. He did not exhibit any red flags whatsoever. So all that we hear about Thomas Matthew Crooks was back when he was in high school. Out of nowhere, they are even releasing videos, and when I say they, I am talking about news and media. TMZ released a video where it shows Thomas Matthew Crooks being bullied on camera in his school. News and media also said that he was being bullied due to his clothes. He would always wear hunting clothes. I have yet to see a photo or a video of him in any hunting gear. Moving away from Thomas Matthew Crooks, we have some mind-blowing, shocking information, and none of it continues to make sense. United States received intel of Iranian plot to take out Trump. The United States received intelligence in recent weeks about an Iranian plot to take out former President Donald Trump. A United States official said the Secret Service shared details of an increased threat with the Trump campaign. The White House declined to comment, but said there were no indications that the suspected shooter who tried to end Trump's life had any foreign or domestic accomplices. So, wait a minute, let me try to make sense of all this. The United States had intelligence there was an increasing threat against Donald Trump in the recent weeks. I don't care if it's from Iran, I don't care if it's from the moon, I don't care who it's from. They said they had information there's an increasing threat against Donald Trump. Secret Service were made aware of this. They took it seriously. Donald Trump's Secret Service protection had been increased prior to the end-of-life attempt due to Iran threat. Now, in the past few weeks, after learning of this threat from Iran against Donald Trump, in the past few weeks, Donald Trump's Secret Service security had increased. It had increased. Do you see why I am so captivated by this story? Absolutely nothing makes sense. My question happens to be, when did the security increase go into effect? It could not have been July 13th. Police were fully aware there was someone on the roof for over 30 minutes. You mean to tell me they could not relay this back to Secret Service? You mean to tell me Secret Service were made fully aware of a threat against Donald Trump, supposedly anyway, from Iran, yet they left a spot open that left Donald Trump very vulnerable? You mean to tell me Secret Service knew of a plot against Donald Trump from Iran, supposedly anyway from Iran? They see this man on the roof, they have a rifle focused on this man on this roof, waiting for him to pop his head out. They don't know if there could be somebody else there who might be targeting Donald Trump. Yet, they don't rush Donald Trump off the stage. So because they accidentally used Thomas Matthew Crooks in this incident when he was meant for another agenda, a school pow-pow agenda, when that mix-up happened, now they are scrambling for a narrative to use for Thomas Matthew Crooks. And because they cannot, they are now slowly turning the narrative to Iran. Here is how this whole thing is going to play out. You are going to hear more and more Iran being name dropped as the ones behind the attempt on Donald Trump's life. You are going to hear less and less of Thomas Matthew Crooks. To the point we will see on the news, breaking news, it has been discovered that Iran and some random country in the Middle East were the ones behind the plot against Donald Trump on July 13th. And when we ask about Thomas Matthew Crooks, they'll say, who? New phone, who this? Who is Thomas Matthew Crooks? Thomas Matthew Crooks, the man that they said they found his DNA at the scene. That Thomas Matthew Crooks. Oh, you crazy, kooky conspiracy theorists spreading your false information, your misinformation. It was Iran. News and media told us so. Us channels continuing to talk about Thomas Matthew Crooks, Maxwell Yerrick, and so forth will find our channels banned. We will find our channels being suppressed, likes being removed, comments being removed, subscribers being removed, unless you follow the official narrative, which will be Iran being the ones against Donald Trump, committing this plot against Donald Trump on July 13th. This is just absolute craziness. You would think they would not tell the public this. You would think they would say, Secret Service already looks bad enough. We should not tell the public how we knew of an increasing threat against Donald Trump from Iran for weeks, and we did nothing on July 13th. That looks very, very bad. That looks very, very suspicious. Let's not let this get out. And yet they let it get out. They let this get out for a reason. They told the public this information for a reason. They will slowly try to get us to accept the fact it was Iran who was behind the plot against Donald Trump on July 13th. It will be a very slow burn, but they will try to get there, and they will release the fact checkers. Now, continuing with the article from Yahoo, it continues to state that these accusations are baseless and biased. According to the representation of Iran in the United States, from the perspective of the Islamic Republic of Iran, Trump is a criminal who should be tried and punished in court for ordering the end of life of General Soleimani. Now, that would have been a very nice narrative to start off with. Iran taking revenge against Trump due to Trump taking out one of their generals. That would have been a very nice narrative, and it would have been more believable. But no, the powers that be, the ones who control this simulation, who control our reality, are giving us this BS narrative of this man who was bullied in high school over wearing hunting clothes, decides to take his revenge out on Trump, yet everything they find on this man shows he was Republican, shows he was conservative. Those who knew him from high school are now saying he was a staunch conservative. They did little role plays inside his classroom where liberals were on one side, conservatives were on the other, and he was the only conservative there refusing to budge. Come to find out, there were Trump flags outside his home. Yes, he lived with his parents, but like I said, those who knew him, because they keep using people from his high school, say that he was, again, a staunch conservative. So I hope none of you are going to buy this whole Iran stuff. There were only a few buildings in the area, less than 150 yards away, not secure. Not by a drone, not by a local cop, not by Secret Service. But they are telling us they increased security due to increasing threats against Donald Trump from Iran in the last few weeks. Make that make sense. So please do not buy into it. Now, I get it. Secret Service cannot be everywhere at one time. But they knew for over 30 minutes there was a man on that roof, and they still did nothing about it, even though they knew there was increasing threats against Donald Trump. You can't BS your way out of this. I know there will always be people to buy the narrative from news and media and the powers that be. There will always be those people. But I hope there's nobody from my community, the Minutes of Horror community, that's going to buy these BS narratives. I really hope there is not. Excuse my foul language, excuse my French. I have to take a walk on the wild side right now by saying this, but please do not buy the horse dookie. I have been telling you video after video ever since this incident happened that nothing makes sense here. Nothing is right when it comes to this story. So do not buy any narrative they are trying to sell to you, especially this new Iran narrative. In any case, thank you so much for watching. If you like this channel and you want to see more, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please like, as any engagement does help the channel grow. Once again, thank you so much for your support.